Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on overcoming retroactive jealousy. My name is Matt, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the difference between your thoughts and your feelings, your thoughts and your emotions. And this kind of goes back, kind of a retroactive jealousy 101, I guess you could say. But it's important that you know this in order to get over retroactive jealousy. And when you do understand this, it opens up so much more. It's literally an awakening when you figure this out. And I've said this so many times, and this will be the case for you too, is your retroactive jealousy will be the best thing that's ever happened to you if you put in the steps to get over it. Because you're going to transform is what it comes down to. Through this process, you're going to transform. You're going to learn a whole lot about yourself. You're going to learn a whole lot about the power of your thoughts. You're going to learn about how you're really not your thoughts. You're going to learn how in life nothing is good, bad, right, or wrong, but your judgments makes it so. And so with that being said, you can be free to create whatever you want through the thoughts that you think. And that's a very, very powerful thing when you understand. And you'll get to that point. If you don't already understand, you will get to that point. Believe me, it's only a matter of time. So this video is just kind of break down the difference between the thought and the feeling, because so many people think that it's the same thing. You know, this happened and it made me not feel good. This happened and it made me feel great. I got a promotion, so of course, naturally, I'm excited. I got in a car accident and totaled my car, so naturally I feel mad and upset about this. We think it's all tied into one. That's how I used to think before this retroactive jealousy took place. And then I came to learn to know that the thought and the reaction to the thought are two completely different things. Completely different things. So you can think a thought and have no reaction to it whatsoever. Or something big, tragic can happen in your life, and you can have no reaction to it whatsoever. Something huge and exciting can happen in your life, and you can actually have no reaction to it whatsoever. You actually choose how you react to it. And usually, you know, our brain is so wired with society and the things going on, and we fear death so much, and we fear a lack of money so much, we fear poverty so much that we're automatically wired to, oh, this is bad because of this is bad because of this is good because of that. But really, if you just take a step back from it all, you'll see the thought and the feeling are two completely different things. So with retroactive jealousy, when you get the intrusive thought of your significant other's past, maybe it's a mental movie that you played, maybe they shared a story with you and you just keep playing it over and over and over in your head. So you think about it. And then what happens after you think about it? You start feeling like crap. You start feeling horrible. I know there were times where I felt that I didn't want to be alive anymore. That's how horrible it felt. Just a sickening pain, right? And so we relate that what happened in my significant other's past is terrible and wrong and bad because it's making me feel this way. We relate the two together. But in fact, the two are completely separate. They actually don't have anything to do with each other at all. That's why not everybody suffers from retroactive jealousy. That's why some people actually think it's cool that their partner had a lot of sexual partners before them. They think it's cool they had a past. You know, that's why you got some people that marry strippers or date Playboy. You know, they don't care. The retroactive jealousy doesn't affect them whatsoever. So they're thinking the same thoughts as you. I'm sure they know everything that took place in their past. They're thinking the same thoughts that you did. However, theirs are 10 times worse because, you know, I'm sure they've done a lot worse than some of the stuff that you are thinking about yours. However, they have no reaction to the thoughts, or they look at it and not care or think it's a good thing. So they don't think about it very much. It doesn't control their lives. It doesn't do that. So again, someone can think the same exact thought as you, but not react in the same way that you do. I just lost my job 2 weeks ago. And a lot of other people lost it with me. And those people were upset that they lost their job. How could they do this? We worked for them for so long. Da 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 da. This makes me so angry. Rah, 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 right? They were very mad. However, the same thing happened to me. Same thing. Same thoughts, same everything. Except now, I'm okay with it. I say, you know what? This was a great job. I learned a lot from it. But it's time to move on. It's time to stop living in the past. What's the next route? I'm ready for it. Let's go. I'm excited for what's to come. So the same event happened, but two different reactions to it, right? It depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you look at it. The thought and the feeling were two completely different things. The thought came about. This action, the scenario came about. We lost our jobs. And then each person got to choose how they reacted to that. Some people chose to look at it in a negative way. I can't believe I lost my job. How dare they do this to us? Other people like myself chose to look at it as, I'm so thankful I had this job. This is fantastic. I get a really good severance package. I'm out the door and I'm excited for what's to come next. So that's the same with these intrusive thoughts that you're having. You could have a thought that makes you feel really, really bad. Same person could have the same thought, but they don't feel anything at all. And you're going to get to the point where you don't feel anything at all when you think these thoughts. So if you, let's say for today, let's say 200 times a day, you have a retroactive jealousy intrusive thought, right? So 200 different times a day you have the thought, and 200 times a day you get that anxious feeling come over you that doesn't feel good, right? So now, let's say you've gotten over retroactive jealousy. It's not that you don't think these thoughts anymore. However, there's no attachment to the thought. There's no emotion behind the thought anymore. There's two different things. So I can now think a retroactive jealous thought 200 times a day, again, if I wanted to. However, I have no reaction to it. There's no fear. So I can just think it and then it goes away. I can picture my significant other right now, thoughts that used to drive me insane and crazy and make me want to kill myself. I can think them right now as I'm thinking them and nothing's happening to me. I'm completely fine. And it's not like you dwell on it. Like right now, the thought came and went. Now I'm back to talking to you guys. When there's no attachment to the thought, it just comes and goes and it cannot control you. And that's what you're going to get to if you understand the difference between the thought and the reaction to the thought. Two completely different things. The thoughts that used to drive me insane, I can now think the same thoughts and it does absolutely nothing. It comes and goes. And that's why it's important. You have to rewire your brain and you have to teach your brain and tell it that there is nothing bad. There's nothing dangerous in thinking these thoughts. You can relax, brain. You can calm down. It's all good. So that's why in the other videos we always talk about and teach is to let the thought come in to you. Let the thought come in. Let the anxiety come over you. But don't give the thought any more attention. Don't give into it. Don't compulse and try to mask the pain. Just refocus on doing something else. Say a little affirmation, something to yourself. Tell your brain, not now. I'm doing something else, and then refocus. And then when it happens again, do it again, refocus. And then when it happens again, do it again, refocus, and continue to do that. And you're telling your brain that there's no danger here. You're telling your brain to relax. You're telling your brain that, look, brain, I thought this thought, you gave me this anxious response, yet I'm still alive. Yet I'm in no danger. Yet I'm still sitting on my bed in my room. Yet I'm still watching the movie. And your brain's going to catch on to this and realize, oh, okay, so there is no danger. So this person can think these thoughts and I don't need to release this adrenaline. They can think these thoughts and I don't need to go, in overboard mode. And that's the key. Because again, thinking of my significant other in the past with somebody else, I don't want to think those thoughts. It's not like I'm okay with it now and yip-de-doo, go do whatever you want. Like, no, it's not like you get over it in that sense, but you get over in the sense that the reaction to the thoughts is no longer there. So I can sit there and think about them and they don't affect me anymore. I can sit there and think about them and I feel no emotion behind it at all. And when you get to that point, you'll realize more what I'm talking about when you get to that point. Sometimes it's weird to think that. But it's not that you ever stop thinking the thoughts per se. It's just you have no attachment to them. So the thought comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes, and it doesn't matter. And I relate that always if you think about any inanimate object. If you think about in the course, if you're taking the course, I do the color purple, not the Oprah movie, like the actual color purple. And if you think about the color, how does that color make you feel when you close your eyes and think about it? And most students say, well, I don't feel anything. Like, I think about the color purple and I feel nothing whatsoever. And that's when I say, perfect, that's exactly how your retroactive jealousy thoughts are going to feel when you overcome it. You can think about it and there's no reaction, so it goes away. And so then I say, are you still thinking about the color purple? And they say no. And I say, see, the thought of color purple came and it went because you had no attachment. Same thing with these thoughts. RJ thoughts will come and they will go. They'll come and they'll go, and there'll be no reaction to it, so you can actually live your life freely. So I hope that makes sense. I know I kind of get rambled on because this stuff means a lot to me, because when I understood this is what helped me overcome. But there's that difference between the thought and the reaction to the thought. And when you understand there's the difference, and when you understand you can actually think a thought, no matter how bad it may seem in your mind right now, you can think a thought and you can give no reaction to it at all. That's when you understand that there's actually a way out of retroactive jealousy and you can actually overcome it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that makes a little sense to you. I know sometimes I go above and beyond. Again, I don't have notes, so I just kind of talk to you guys. So sometimes I ramble on, but hopefully that makes sense to you. Again, 2 plugs. Retroactive Jealousy community on Facebook. Please join if you have not already. And if you have questions, people are more than happy to help you out and answer them. That's absolutely free. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Like I said, I'm trying to post more and more for you guys, especially now that I have a little extra time on my hands, because like I revealed, I lost my job. So that's part of the reason I'm able to do this now, which I'm really happy for. Everything happens for a reason, and that's bringing me closer to you guys, and that's wonderful. And then, of course, the Retroactive Jealousy course, if you want a little more one-on-one time with me, a little more personal videos and exercises and things like that. The link to the course is below, and it's around $14. So thanks everyone for joining me, and we will see you next time. All right, take care.